You walk every day. To the refrigerator maybe, or to your car. It's such a routine part of life that you probably don't even think about it. Walking is just something you do, like breathing or blinking, maybe even to your mailbox. A short stroll to grab the mail can be a daily ritual, a moment of peace in a busy day. But have you ever thought about how many steps you take? Each step is a small part of your journey, adding up to something much bigger. It seems like a simple question, like asking how many jelly beans are in a jar, but the answer is more complex than it appears. Unlike jelly beans, steps aren't always the same size. Each person's stride is unique, influenced by their height, leg length, and even their walking speed. Some people are like gazelles, all long legs and graceful strides. They cover more ground with each step, making their walk seem almost effortless. Others, well, let's just say they're more like penguins waddling across the ice. Their steps are shorter but no less important in the grand scheme of things. See, the number of steps in a mile, it's not an exact science. It varies from person to person depending on a variety of factors. It's more like an estimate, a ballpark figure. Think of it as a rough guide rather than a precise measurement. Think of it as a starting point, a jumping-off place for your own personal step journey. Each step you take is a step towards better health and well-being, because the truth is, it all depends on how long your legs are and how fast you're going. Your stride is as unique as you are, making your walking journey truly your own. Most people agree it takes about 2,000 steps to walk a mile. This is a handy number to keep in mind, especially if you're trying to hit a daily step goal or just curious about how much you're walking. That's a good number to remember, kind of like how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. It's a fun, almost whimsical way to think about your daily exercise. But just like with the Tootsie Pop, your mileage may vary. Everyone's walking style is different, and so is their stride length. If you're a tall drink of water with legs that go on for days, you might take fewer steps. Your long legs cover more ground with each stride. You're like a gazelle, remember? Long, graceful strides. You glide through your walk, making it seem almost effortless. But if you're vertically challenged, like a penguin, you'll need more steps to cover the same distance. Your shorter legs mean you have to work a bit harder. It's all about stride length, you see? The distance between your feet when you walk can make a big difference in how many steps you take. That's the distance between your feet when you walk. A longer stride means fewer steps, while a shorter stride means more steps. The longer your stride, the fewer steps you take. It's like taking bigger bites out of a meal. You finish faster. The shorter your stride, the more steps you take. It's simple math, really. More steps mean more effort, but also more exercise, but who wants to carry around a calculator and a measuring tape? That would take the fun out of walking and turn it into a chore. That's why we have the magic number 2,000 steps. It's a simple, easy-to-remember figure that helps you gauge your activity without any fuss. Now, let's talk about something more interesting than just walking down the street. Let's talk about golf, that game where you try to hit a tiny ball into a tiny hole with a stick. Well, did you know that walking 9 holes of golf is about 8,000 steps? That's like walking 4 miles. No wonder golfers always look so tired. They're basically marathon runners in disguise. And speaking of marathons, did you know that the average person takes over 50,000 steps to complete one? That's like walking from New York City to Philadelphia. Can you imagine all those steps just to end up in Philadelphia? I'd rather stay in New York and eat a cheesesteak. Section 4. Time on your hands. But what if you don't have all day to walk around a golf course or run a marathon? Life is busy, and sometimes finding time for a long walk or run can be challenging. What if you only have, say, 10 minutes? 10 minutes might not seem like much, but it can be surprisingly effective if used wisely. How many steps can you squeeze into that time? Well, it depends. It depends on various factors, including your walking speed and stride length. Are you a slow walker or a fast walker? Your walking speed can significantly impact the number of steps you take. Do you have long legs or short legs? Longer legs usually mean a longer stride, which can cover more ground with each step. Are you wearing comfortable shoes or those pointy-toed things that make your feet hurt just looking at them? Comfortable shoes can make a big difference in how far and how fast you can walk. Let's assume you're an average person walking at an average pace. This means you're neither too fast nor too slow, just right in the middle. In 10 minutes, you could probably take around 1,200 steps. That's a decent number of steps for such a short amount of time. That's like walking half a mile. Imagine the distance you can cover in just 10 minutes. Not bad for 10 minutes of work. It's a small investment of time for a significant health benefit. Of course, if you're a speed demon, you could probably squeeze in a few more. Faster walkers can cover more ground and take more steps in the same amount of time. And if you're a snail, well, maybe you should stick to walking around your house. Every step counts, no matter how slow or fast you go. Section 5, step up your game. So, there you have it. The long and the short of it, the ins and outs of steps and miles. It's not rocket science, but it's good to know. Next time you're walking to the refrigerator or the mailbox, count your steps. See how close you get to 2,000. You might be surprised by what you learn. And who knows, maybe you'll even be inspired to take a few extra steps. Just don't blame me if you end up in Philadelphia. Fun fact, the average person takes about 7,500 steps a day. That's like walking 3.5 miles. So get out there and get those steps in.